Are you feeling stuck in your career and wondering why others are getting promoted while you are left behind? Or maybe you're worried about keeping up with rapid changes in the industry, especially for you as a social impact professional. Then we're going to talk a little bit about some strategies that you can use to continuously upskill and stay abreast of the latest trends as part of a commitment to lifelong learning. I'm Dr. Kristy Taylor. I'm the founder of Work Solutions LLC. I'm a certified career and executive coach, and I like to say that I help the people who help the people. If you are a mission-driven individual committed to making a social impact, such as healthcare, education, or nonprofit sector, or maybe you work for an organization with a social impact agenda, then I'm the career coach for you. And then we're going to really focus on giving you some strategies to help you stay competitive through the art of upskilling, because this is really a big deal. A few years ago, nobody was talking about chat GPT or AI, but now you kind of have to upskill yourself, right? You have to take courses, you have to read articles, you want to stay abreast because this market is quickly becoming competitive. For just as much that it has provided us with an opportunity to make some things easier, it's also going to create new jobs as well as take away some older jobs. So you as a social impact professional, you should be looking at how can I leverage this type of technology to make my job role easier, and do I need to upskill? So there's a demand. The demand for new skills is always constant. And I just kind of mentioned the chat GPT as an example. Technology and industries, they're continuously evolving. And as far as us in the social impact sector who are always with limited resources, we have to continuously be looking for ways to not only to continuously upskill as a part of commitment to continuous learning, but we're looking for ways to make our jobs more, job processes more efficient and easier. And so if you're not keeping up, you're falling behind. So just remember that. Continuous learning is your way to stay competitive and relevant in your field. And the demand for new skills is always going to be constant. So you should really be taking advantage and staying abreast of what's going on, because it's not just technology. Upskilling isn't just a buzzword. We're looking at things like processes, innovation. It's always a changing landscape, and it's your key to career advancement by staying abreast of these changes and keeping yourself competitive, always being in the know, right? Every little skill or every piece of technology or every new process that comes out, every new shiny thing is not going to always work for the position that you're in, but at least being aware of what's happening and some of these emerging trends is going to help you keep you competitive, because it can be a go-to if you need to go and get the skill. It has not been uncommon for contracts that I've worked on where a client has said, hey, I need to have this skill set. Lots of times we have a crossover skill set, such as project management, the ability to manage workflows and operations, but we might need to close that skill set. So you need to be able to take a class or join in on a project, and it's best to be able to do that before you even get into that type of situation, right? And so by filling your skills gap, you're going to be positioning yourself for promotions and new opportunities. If you have attended our Brace for Success class, and we talk a lot about career branding, this is one of our foundational courses that's going to be forthcoming. We are rebranded as a part of our Career Coach RX program. But we talk a lot about career branding in that. And one of the things that I have clients do, and I encourage you to do, is identify your strengths and areas that you need to improve. And so as you go on about the upskill process, if you want to take classes to close those gaps, you're going to actually be able to update your career branding statement and your career strategy, because what you're trying to do through that process is not only to be able to serve your current employer, but you want to position yourself for future roles. And I also think this says a lot about who you are when people know that you're always actively engaged in the know about what's going on, and you're always seeking ways to leverage new processes, learn new things. And sometimes the upskilling doesn't, like I said, it's not always about the technical piece. You might be involved in a project that's going to help you to think more strategically or more from a global perspective, an operational standpoint. Those are things that are involved in the skills of the upskilling process too. So think about both hard skills and soft skills. Employers, they're prioritizing candidates who come with certifications and credentials and experience, especially in emerging fields like I mentioned, data science, AI, and digital marketing. Even if you're not in a role like a IT specific role, there are ways to be able to leverage some of these skills. I mean, like I said, it is totally transformed the landscape in terms of how we do training and development, or being able to uh, develop workflows and processes. And so those, just even having some skills in basic AI, what I encourage you to do is take some courses. And so the next question may be to you is, how do I even start? How do I even know where to go or what to look at? Well, one of the things is, if you're on platforms like LinkedIn, they offer classes there, as well as Coursera. One website that I like to use is udemy.com. Their classes are usually pretty cheap and accessible. And in fact, we're going to be launching a class on Udemy soon. So there's always different resources that you can use to upskill. You can read articles, you can read books, but you should just be in a constant state of learning. You need to subscribe to new subscription databases, newsletters. You should be constantly aware of what's happening, some of the emerging trends, and then being able to look to see, do you have the skill set to be able to solve those problems? Because that's what employers are looking for, right? They're looking for people who can solve problems for their organization, and also have the ability to be innovative. And so by you staying abreast of those trends, and you're always looking for that next level, whether again it's that course or book you read, you're able to close gaps. That is what employers are looking for. Because remember, in social impact, you need to be able to really demonstrate how you're able to get the results that you have gotten. You need to be able to have a clear track record, and you need to be able to respond on demand, right? Because things pop up, problems pop up, and a lot of the skills that you're using in these different roles are crossover skills. So I mentioned that it's not just about the technical skills. It's going to be things like the soft skills, like your communication, leadership, your ability to solve problems. All of this is crucial. It plays, when we talk about the longevity of your career, it's going to help you to become more resilient, more adaptable, more flexible, and being able to move across the span in multiple roles. Mastering those types of skills and being open to the feedback that you're going to receive is going to help you to easily navigate career challenges. So making that commitment to lifelong learning is going to be so important. Now, one strategy that I like to encourage clients to use, and I'm encouraging you to use today, is taking time to identify the gaps in your current role. So what are you doing right now? And if you've been given feedback on what you can do to improve, look at what your organization has available. Volunteer to be a part of a project, take a class. Do you need more project management skills, or maybe you need to enhance your data analytics capability? Because remember, these are not specific to a job role. These are the types of crossover skills that you can use in multiple roles. And if you're seeking to climb to the next level in your career, then again, you have websites like LinkedIn or Udemy. But in addition, there's websites like Skillshare or edX. Notice that I'm not saying websites that are going to cost you tons of money to be able to take a course. You get most of these courses, sometimes like Coursera, the courses are free, but it's just about you making the effort. Now, in some cases, you are going to pay, because you might decide you want to earn a micro credential. It's a great option. Just because you are upskilling doesn't necessarily mean that you need to go back to school for a whole nother degree, right? You can earn, if it's important to have a credential for that particular skill set. If you think it's going to help you get to that next level, then why not earn a certification in it if you find it valuable. So some of these same websites that I've mentioned to you, they do offer focused learning without the long-term commitment to a degree, but they provide you with opportunities to earn a verifiable certification. Employers love seeing these types of certifications, but again, make sure that the certifications that you're getting are value added. And so as we continue to walk through this process, and I'm talking to you about continuous learning, it doesn't just make you better at your job, it makes you more adaptable, because again, we are in an evolving world. You have the ability and agility to respond to different shifts and the different demands of what is you're being called to do in a social impact sector. We are literally often working with limited amounts of funds and resources, and so we need to be able to maximize our impact. And when you can demonstrate that you're able to quickly adapt and respond to that, it's going to also demonstrate your ability to lead, work under stress, and problem solve. So another benefit that I just want to tell you about, upskilling, besides just giving you the resources to do it, is that the lifelong learning commitment, it really opens doors for you, because a lot of times we have not always planned ahead in terms of where we're going to go in our career. But if you're thinking about transitioning to a new role or even switching, Upskilling can help you to do this in a smooth way because you're learning project management, you're learning data analytics. Those are skills that can be used in multiple roles. And so when you're doing things like strategic leadership, those are things that can be used across the board. So leverage these experiences, take the opportunity to learn, take the courses, volunteer for the projects, or even if you're what we say in the military, voluntold for a project, still take what you can get out of the experience and maximize it so there's a return on the investment. So whether you're aiming for a promotion, you're preparing for a career shift, or you're just trying to stay ahead, continuous learning and upskilling are the strategies that you're going to need to succeed. You got to embrace that ideology of lifelong learning and start smart, stay consistent. Remember, you don't have to go out and invest in a $10,000 class, right? You can see what's available on Coursera, LinkedIn, Udemy. Start there because a lot of times you can earn certificates in programs and learn values. Because I have taken some excellent courses on platforms like LinkedIn and Udemy, as well as Coursera. So take the first step. We're going to include some links, some of the resources that we mentioned. And we're also going to include some links to some articles on our website that'll help you, again, to start to plan the process. As we talk about career branding, you're going to see that in future, we're going to continue to offer our Brace for Success workshop in a self-paced model. And so we have more announcements coming out about that. And I encourage you to take that as a first step to help you get on the road to writing your prescription for career success. Thank you.